All right, all right. Hey everyone, welcome back to the stream. Just want to welcome the music producers and sound designers to this stream. Today, we're going to be looking at creating a cinematic portrait or a sonic portrait of Gotham. So, this is again another Hans Zimmer theme that we have going on today. And we're going to be looking at creating that gritty, cinematic sound design with dark drones, dissonant textures, and some industrial themes, rhythms, that is. So we're gonna do that in by using reactor blocks only, and we're gonna design the sound around that. So the goal here is to create a moody modular soundscape that's gonna be inspired by the emotional depth of uh, industrial darkness of Batman. So the 2022 score, that is. Um, so yeah, let's get into it. So when we think about creating that moody dark theme, uh, that theme is I believe it was by Michael uh, Gia, Giacchino. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but that's that score from 2022. If you want to go look it up on YouTube, you can listen to that and hear that version. So now we're gonna try to recreate that low drone sound. I've got a version of Reactor already open here. Just gonna open up a fresh patch um, right here, and we got a fresh patch open right here. We're just gonna hit the edit window. We chose to use the Reactor ensemble view rather than the other views because it allows us the most flexibility to build out our sounds. So if you go back here and then we go to okay, and then we go to a new one, we should be good. And so from here, I just want to welcome the new people back to any new people to the stream. Back to cinematic sound design. We're going to be turning iconic movies into modular music here. And today, we're entering into the sonic world of Batman. That dark, brooding, relentlessness, using only reactor blocks. So we're going to use our reactor blocks to create out those sounds, build out those sounds, and hopefully create something that works in your own music. So I'm going to show you how to sketch out that Gotham sound. So let's jump right into it. So the first thing we're going to need is an oscillator. So I'm going to start off with a note in. I'm going to bring in some oscillators. Going to name our oscillators just so that we have some differentiation. We can tell which is which. I'm going to bring in a mix and a VCA and a filter. Those are three main things that we need besides our oscillators. I'm going to bring in an 8-step sequencer block, and I'm going to bring in a clock because we're going to need to set that to a rhythm. So also we can bring in let's see if we can find a noise envelope. So bring in that, and finally we're going to bring in some distortion. Going to go into blocks. Bring in some distortion, and there we go. We're going to put this all together, and we're going to design out our synth, or modular rack, that is. So let's jump right in. Okay, so now we're going to start off with probably pitching these oscillators. I think I'm going to take these two dual oscillators and route them. then route everything out. So I'm going to turn up the volume. And we're going to bring in one more block. That's going to be our envelope. That's going to give us control over playing individual notes. And we're going to turn up that modulation depth. So now when I hit it on my keyboard, you should hear a sound. Yep. So we're good with that. Now let's continue. Just going to continue at the build. And I'm going to now tune one of the oscillators. I'm going to check that tuning. Okay. Just going to mute this one of them out so I can hear the note. Okay. That's a D. So that's a C. Okay. So I wanted a low C on that one. And then this one will just detune it. Put it back to 0. Detune it. There we go. Okay. So bring that over so we can see what we're doing. And I'll widen that out a little bit so you can see. And bring that down here. There we go. So we've got our basic modular components. And now I'm going to start defining that sound. I'm going to modulate the filter cutoff with an LFO now. So let's do that. Let's bring in an LFO and modulate our filter, the cutoff with this LFO. So my filter is over here. Just gonna do, I think the panel's pretty good. Reorganize it just a little bit so that the VCA is on that side. The filter is before the VCA. The envelope is before the VCA. And the LFO is beside the filter. So then, yeah, that looks good to me. We'll bring the clock up to the top and near the front. Or actually, we'll leave it here for now. Just so I have quicker access to it. So now, let's see. We're going to modulate this with an LFO. liking that more. Okay, so we're just going to keep shaping the sound. But before I do that, I'm actually going to hook it up to an 8-step sequencer like I usually do, just to get everything routed through the sequencer. And playing pretty much automatically. So that looks good to me. And now I'm going to set the clock to external, and I'm going to let Ableton play my sequencer. So play external. It's going to shape this sound a little bit. See if we can add a crossfading here. sound. Or reverb. So this is sounding a little more epic, more like something you'd hear in Gotham, like something in the mean streets of Gotham. So okay, we're getting somewhere. I'm liking this. It's feeling a little bit like nostalgic, like you're trying to remember something, but at the same time there's this like eerie mood. So that's what we're trying to portray with this sound. I think we're getting close. Let's hear that sound again. Yep, I'm liking this. Make it more present. So then we can record something in here. Bring an audio track. This is going off of Ableton's metronome, by the way. So when I speed it up in the left corner, you can see that my track is speeding up and slowing down. Let's put it back to normal. I'm going to mute my device, hear what we got recorded. Should be on track on the grid. Just going to turn down that metronome. Just going to make a split here. Rename this something interesting. Okay, and then we can start adding layers to this. Here's the fun part where we've designed our sound, and now we can take our sound that we've designed in Reactor and use it in our productions. So let's see what we can do with it. So I'm just gonna make a little demo. I'm gonna make a little demo beat out of this, and hopefully you're able to follow along and do something similar. You just make sure it loops. Yeah, we're great. We're good. So we're looping, and now we can start adding some sound to it. So I'm thinking some contact instruments, and going to bring those in. Just gonna create more instances of it because I'm probably gonna need more than one instrument. I'm thinking some brass ensemble, some horns, something that's gonna make it more exciting. So let's okay. So I'm going to loop this, and we're going to make it a little bit longer. I'm going to bring in the part I just played. So let's layer it. It's already feeling a little bit like Gotham. Getting that Batman theme. Okay, what else do we need to add to this? I think a little bit of crashes, maybe some risers, something like a big drum. Let's test it out. The layer that we got. So it's a little bit loud. Let's bring that in. I like that. I'm not hearing anything. Okay. So I'm gonna actually tame this sound a little bit in our sound design. We're gonna tame it down. I'm going to add some automation here, and I'm going to just tame the volume. I want it to hit a little harder. And fade out. Can take off the metronome. A little bit lower. Okay. This is so far what we got for our track. Not gonna use the same effect for the second time around. It's gonna get a little boring, so I think it's time to add a little beat on top of this. Maybe a snare. Let's see what we got. Just gonna quickly check our key, make sure everything's looking okay. Surprisingly, it's a major key, but the sounds are dark, so it kind of works. Okay, I'm gonna bring in some pads, melodic pads, to this before I hit the drums. So just quickly bring in some melodic pads or melodic instruments. I think I'm going to bring an analog V, and then we're going to create something out of that. Just a little melodic phrase that we can use in our music. Maybe 2 or 3 of them would be even better. Okay, I'm going to change my sound really quickly, just because that doesn't fit. Maybe something brooding. Okay. Okay, I'm going to pick another sound. Now we can change it up. I'm thinking something like a broken glass sound effect. Maybe we can spice that up a little bit, make it a little cooler. Let's try reversing it up. Okay. Liking that more. Just need a quick melody that we can pop in this last section. And I think our idea or motif will be pretty much complete. Sorry about the color coordination. Just gonna change these so that they match. Let's add a quick beat. We're gonna do maybe Trap Batman. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Oh, that is a little bit loud. try something else. Okay, I'm going to stick to that contact library because I had more of the sounds I was looking for. I'm going to bring in some drum lab drums. Oh, that would be why. Because I tried to put two plugins on one thing. There it is. We're going to leave it with just strings. I think that'll be the best option for this. Just because it's telling me maybe add some strings on it. So I think I'm going to do that. So I think we got the idea here of what a track should look like with the sound effects included. I just want to give you an idea of texture, idea of arrangement, and a live playthrough of the patch that we created, including some build-up and how you can use this in a track for yourself. So this is a sonic portrait of Gotham, and not what it looks like, but more of what it feels like. So hope that helped with your sound design. So that was Batman turned into a modular atmosphere using just reactor blocks. So our patch is actually sitting here still, hasn't gone anywhere. I just used it and recorded, and this is the patch we created inside Reactor for our sound design, and we were able to use that in our production. So if you want to learn more about cinematic sound design from scratch, my full masterclass is open. Link in the bio. And drop a thumbs up, drop a fire emoji if you felt Gotham vibes with this. And I'll see you in the next episode. Peace out.